And forces were reportedly fighting with Russian troops near the Kursk Nuclear Plant as its invasion into Russian territory enters day 7. A top commander in the Ukrainian military announced that they'd captured 1,000 square kilometres of the Kursk region. Russia was building new lines of defences close to this nuclear power plant in Kursk, and that's according to the BBC reports on Sunday, adding that forces had clashed around 30 miles away from the plant. Well, the Ukrainian push towards Kursk nuclear plant has drawn parallels with the Russian occupation of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine. Russia captured the plant from Ukraine in the early days of the war. The International Atomic Energy Agency has expressed fresh concern over its security, with Ukraine and Russia blaming each other over a continuing fire near the plant. Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief, Alexander Sikorsky, briefed Volodymyr Zelensky, the president, claiming his forces have captured 1,000 square kilometres of the Kursk region. Alexei Smirnov, Russia's acting regional governor of Kursk, admitted that Kyiv's forces had taken control of 28 settlements and advanced 12 kilometres deep and 40 kilometres wide into the country.
Дякую, Станіславович. Дякуйте, будь ласка, від всіх стільки.
Пане президент України, Верховний Головнокомандуючий Збройних Сил України.
Mr. President of Ukraine, Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief reporting. We continue the offensive operation on the territory of the Kursk region. Currently, we control about 1,000 square kilometers of the territory of the Russian Federation. The troops are fulfilling their assigned tasks. Battles are actually taking place along the entire front. The situation is under our control.
Well, we were saying Putin has described the cross-border attack as a major provocation, said that it was aimed at improving Kyiv's negotiating position, and he's further demanded the Russian military to eject Ukrainian forces from Kursk and warned that Ukraine will get an appropriate response.
It appears that the enemy is aiming to improve its negotiating positions in the future. Well, what kind of negotiations can we even talk about with people who launch indiscriminate strikes on civilians, on civilian infrastructure, and try to create threats to nuclear energy facilities? What can you talk to them about?
Evacuees from Russia's Kursk region were moved to a temporary accommodation centre in the Russian town of Azov. Some 11,000 people in the Belgorod region have also been moved. A total of 121,000 people have been evacuated from Russia's western Kursk region. Both Israel and the United States are anticipating a major Iranian attack to be launched within days. The Israel Defense Forces said it was on peak alert. This as both the allies shared expectations that Tehran was ready to carry out its reprisal for the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh.
That we share the same concerns and expectations that our Israeli counterparts have with respect to potential timing here. Could be this week. We're continuing to watch it very, very closely. And it is difficult to ascertain at this particular time if there is an attack by Iran and or its proxies, what that could look like.
Amid anticipation of an attack, Israel said it's monitoring developments in Iran, but the military has not changed its precautionary guidelines to the public.
We take seriously the remarks and statements by our enemies, and therefore we are at peak preparedness for the attack and defense, and we will act according to the instructions of the political level.
According to a new Axios report, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant spoke with the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on Sunday. Gallant told Austin that Iran's military preparations are pointing to a large-scale attack on Israel. The Pentagon later confirmed this call, adding that Austin had ordered the deployment of guided missile submarines to West Asia. Reiterating America's commitment to take every possible step to defend Israel, the Pentagon statement noted the strengthening of US military forces in the region. It also said the US has ordered a strike group of fighter jets and Navy warships to accelerate its deployment to West Asia. Iran has prepped its missiles and drone units, an Axios report claimed, citing senior officials in Washington and Tel Aviv. A meeting between Israel and Hamas is still scheduled for August 15th, but Hamas has announced that it will not be participating in the talks in Doha or Cairo. An attack by Iran is expected before the scheduled ceasefire talks. Iran-backed Hezbollah group has kept up its offensive for a second night in a row on Monday. 30 rockets were fired into northern Israel from Lebanon. This one follows a similar barrage from the Hezbollah forces on Sunday night. Hezbollah has also vowed revenge against Israel over the assassination of its senior commander, Fuad Shakur. The spokesperson for Hamas's armed brigade said on Monday that one Israeli hostage was killed by his guard and 2 other women captives were seriously wounded in 2 separate incidents in Gaza.